Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be covering the most essential aspects and tips in the game Doors. Before we start the video, YouTube says that only 10% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you could press that red button below, that would really help me out. Alright, let's get right into it. Monsters are the challenge and horror to this game. Being able to get past them effectively will let you win the game with no worry. When you first go into a room with eyes, it won't be active for a second, but then avoid looking at the entity. If it's on your screen, then it will damage you, dealing 10 damage per tick. I recommend looking down or straight up, and you usually just have to go through or around it to reach the next door. For Rush, if you see the lights flicker and you're not in a room with eyes, then go into a closet after you hear the glass shatter to avoid getting any chance to take damage from Hide, who harms you if you're in the closet for too long. However, if you're in a large party with players who will take your spot, then get in the closet as soon as possible, and get out as soon as the entity passes. Keep in mind that Jack can still appear while Rush is active, who will jump scare you and push you out of its closet. However, he only has a 5% chance of spawning. Ambush is a lot like Rush, in the aspect that it speeds through multiple rooms but quicker, and instantly kills you. However, this monster will backtrack and kill any unsuspecting players who get out of the closet. To avoid this, listen to the special scream and notice the green glow that Ambush makes to know if it's actually Ambush and not Rush. Then, get into the closet, and when you hear it pass, instantly get out and get back in. The entity will repeat this process 1 to 6 times. You can also avoid it by hiding in the basement or the air duct just like Rush. And Ambush will never attack in dark rooms or painting puzzle rooms, also like Rush. Ambush rarely spawns before level 5 and only gets more common as you play through. You will first notice that you're about to get to Seek when you see eyes against the walls and lights flickering, which foreshadows its appearance later on. It usually spawns around door 35 and 85. When you start getting chased by Seek, try looking for places with a blue glowing light, as this will guide you to the escape route. The best way to find the door is to look one way, and if you don't see a light then go the other way, because it would either have to be that way or the middle. Keep in mind that your player automatically runs, and you do not slow down while you're crouching. When you reach the last room, there will be arms sticking out of windows that will instantly kill you on contact, along with fallen burning chandeliers that do 40 damage, so avoid both of these obstacles. Seek has 2 chases out of the first floor, which has 100 rooms. The first chase lasts 5 rooms, containing a mixture of either doors or crawl spaces. The second chase lasts 7 rooms, but only contains rooms with doors. Hall will haunt a room by flickering the lights, which has the longest flicker compared to other entities, before the next room, which will always be a long hallway. When the player enters, the lights will turn off, and the main thing to keep in mind is when the screen flickers, displaying turn around, just turn around and go the other way. Otherwise, you take 60 damage on impact. Keep in mind you won't be able to see any of the other players to keep it less chaotic, just like Seek. The figure appears at the 50th door and the 100th door. This will mainly be for the 50th door, but the figure is completely blind and uses its senses by noise, which is why you should crouch. But if you're too close, the figure can sense your heartbeat. You can hide in the closet, but if the figure goes next to you, you have to survive a minigame for the figure to go away. Keep in mind that Hide will not appear in these closets, but Jack will. Make sure to grab all the books and the paper on the desk. However, the more books you collect, the faster the figure will go. I recommend just staying on the other side. If he goes straight up to you, go around shelves or go into a closet. To unlock the door, the puzzle isn't hard at all. Each book contains a shape. The shape represents a number. Gather all the shapes, and when you solve the door, put the shapes in order, but instead use the numbers that they represent. Then you will unlock and get past. Teammates are quite useful for this room, so try and keep them alive. Another thing is that if you can't find the last digit, you can guess, which you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting correct. If the figure chases you up, then just go into a closet. Screech only spawns in a dark room, but can follow you out of one, and will first haunt you by making a pfft sound effect, which is usually pretty loud. If it's quiet, then it's fake and will only scare you. If you hear the real one, quickly look around to see if you can find the entity. Once you do, lock onto the monster and it will flee away. If you aren't able to, it will deal 40 damage, and Screech has a reduced chance of spawn if you have a light source out. Timothy is a spider with a chance of 1 in 200 to spawn in a drawer while you're looting. The creature does 5 damage on contact, however it's actually impossible to die to this creature. If you're below 6 HP, it will only leave you at 1 HP. If you get left behind by the group, Glitch will appear and teleport you back to them, dealing from 10 to 40 damage. For this reason, it cannot be spawned in single player. If you're falling behind, then you'll notice that you'll speed up to get closer to players. And you can also use vitamins to increase your speed. However, Glitch is deadly when you're left in a dark room, which is why you should always wait for each other after leaving a room, especially a dark one. Using items strategically to your advantage will allow you to reduce the damage you take and beat the game quicker. Some items can be bought in the start, giving you a great advantage. Keep in mind, these items don't save. Lockpick is a great tool and allows you to open most locked doors without a key. It only costs 50 knobs in the start and is definitely worth buying. Using it in a dark room will reduce the chance of a Screech to spawn. Keep in mind, you can only hold 3 lockpicks, just like vitamins. While equipping the flashlight, it gives an excellent source of light and reduces the chance of Screech spawning. Therefore, it should only be equipped in a dark room so it doesn't reduce the battery charge. It only costs 100 knobs in the shop, and unlike the lighter, once it runs out, it stays in your inventory and can be recharged by looting batteries and drawers. When equipping the lighter, it sparks 0 to 3 times depending on its fuel, which depletes while in use. When it's out of fuel, it is removed from your inventory. It is best used in dark rooms, which reduce the chance of Screech to spawn. In the store, it costs 50 knobs. When you consume vitamins, it will give you a speed boost and give you some health back. It's best to use vitamins if you're falling behind from the group or getting away from Seek. It costs 100 knobs in the store and you can use multiple vitamins quickly. A bandage can be found while looting and gives a player back 15 health. If a teammate is very low, you should give it to them. Other items such as the room key, solution paper, library book, painting, and the electrical room key can be found around the map to beat the game. Extra tips and tricks can improve your gameplay, which will allow you to have a higher chance of beating the game. When you reach door 100, you will face the figure again. To win this, go up the stairs and grab the electrical room key. Then, wait for the figure to leave the room and unlock the door down the stairs. Go through and solve the electric box like it's power plant from Jailbreak. To solve this box, numbers will appear at the top left. Wait for the square to fill in, then flick the number it displays on in the button area. If you're able to do so, repeat the process until the next section. This process will happen 3 times in total. Once you open the gate, run to the elevator and finish the game. While looting, if you have a light source that heavily reduces the chance of finding another one. Batteries can only be found if you have a flashlight. Bandages can only spawn if you have less than full health. And you actually can't escape from Timothy. If you're in a room where you have to open a lot of drawers to find the key, you can actually just listen to the drawer, and if you hear the special sparkle, that means there's a key inside of it. Then just go ahead and open the door and you're good to go. To loot fast, all you have to do is start low and then keep on spamming E while you move your way up. For earning knobs, you can use these methods: escape the hotel, solve puzzles, leftover gold, which is 1 knob for every 20 gold, an added 0.1 times multiplier for every friend you're with, and lastly, every door you go through, you get 1 knob, which ends up being a lot if you're good enough to survive for a long time. As a player, your movement speed increases when being too far behind other players, you're being chased by Seek, or you take vitamins. You will instantly die to these entities: Seek, Black Hands during Seek, Figure, Ambush, and Rush. While other entities only do 5 to 60 damage. Keep in mind you only have 100 health. The best way to improve is to keep playing the game, as it improves your skill and you can know how rooms work. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, press subscribe, buy my merch, and join the Discord if you want to chat with me, as I'm very active over there. Anyways, see you guys next time.